Chuckleheads? I am Carlo Guadagnino. This is the Dingo Talk Alumni Tour. My guest this week is Sammie Weiss, class of 2019. We're going to talk about everything from how she got to Bethany. There's a little curveball in there before she gets here. What academic, social, and other aspects of Bethany she enjoyed. And then what she's doing now in this COVID era. But without further ado, this is Sammie Weiss. What's going on, Chuckleheads? I am Carlo Guadagnino. This is the Dingo Talk Alumni Tour. My guest this week is Sammie Weiss, class of 2019. It's good. It's good. Here's your tea.
Thank you.
Sammie's going to tell us everything that everybody else has told us. It's going to be how she got to Bethany, which is not a direct route from high school.
Correct.
Then what she did in her time at Bethany and what she's doing now. So Sammie's going to tell us everything about how she ended up here at Bethany, which there's a stopgap in between high school and here. You're going to tell us everything about what you did here, athletically, socially, etc. And then we'll talk about what you're doing now.
Okay.
So let's start with what was your senior season like? Where did you end up before you ended up here at Bethany?
Okay, so my senior season, the beginning of the year, I had signed with Cal. Coach Jess was watching me since I was pretty young. So I decided to go there. My parents went there, so I thought I should try it out. My senior year was pretty good. I think we were in AAA, and it was the best year that I had done in basketball. I got my 2,000 points, so I just put that in there. But played basketball, and then softball, we did really good.
I love how you glazed over that, like scoring 2,000 points in a high school basketball career is just like, yeah, I did that.
Yeah,
it happened.
It happened. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. So, freshman year at Cal.
So freshman year, it was definitely a learning curve for me. I am not a defensive player at all. I don't know why I was recruited to go to Cal. I am not a defender. But I just didn't really fit into the program, and that was a really hard decision to make. But we ended up winning a PSAC championship, which was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I ended up, the next year, so my sophomore year, I skipped a little bit, but my sophomore year, so I had to decide if I wanted to play, if I wanted to play Division II or if I wanted to go somewhere else, and just deciding before, because I had a time limit to do it. I had to I couldn't step on the floor
and this is pre the whole transfer portal and all that. Where now it's I'm gonna go here and
so that was hard. So having to determine I'm gonna be done now and not officially start the season was kind of weird. And it was a hard decision to make, and then so I stopped because I wanted a full year of eligibility. I couldn't play if I was just 1 second on the floor. So I got a call, after people started to find out that I wasn't playing anymore. So I started a bunch of calls, and I don't know what happened. I think Cassie, I think it was Cassie. She was pretty close to Coach Sampson. I don't know. I guess they would talk about it, and.
Well, I can tell you, just like Cassie and Ashley and Aragon, you also are a part of the rumored trifecta package that Chuck brought to Bethany. So I guess we're going to just wipe that one out too. And we'll chalk it up to Cassie and Coach Sampson talking.
Yeah.
So what was his conversation with you like?
I remember he called me, and I think he's like, hey Sammie, I'm Coach Sampson with Bethany Women's Basketball. Your sister comes to school here. And I was like, oh. It's like, yeah. So we started to talk, and I decided to go watch a game. I forget who they were playing, but I ended up leaving. We ended up leaving, and I think he thought I didn't want to go to school here. And we left. I think my dad was hungry. I think we went to Pizza Hut. so I ended up leaving, and I told him I want to come take a visit or whatever, sit on a practice. And I ended up sitting in on a practice, and it was completely different than Division II. I think they were playing tips, or maybe they were playing knockout. I was like, this seems fun. So
it's a more relaxed environment.
Yeah. Okay. So Taylor Large, not Taylor.
I know.
She was just sitting there. I think Taylor also helped get me here, but so it was a pretty good click. I fit in really well. I didn't need a tour. I would come down here
You knew about that thing.
Yeah, so I'd come down with Cassie. So I already knew the vibe. But
So,
yeah.
but not only on the basketball side, on the softball side, at what point does Jan come knocking on the door? Because now she knows that she's got the other Weiss coming. And I love Jan, but Jan's not subtle. Once she knows that you're here.
I honestly, I can't remember. I just remember, like, because I left Cal, one of the reasons I wanted to play softball. And I remember I was like, I'm gonna play softball. And I never, like, basketball practice. They'd have pictures, and, like, it really wasn't, like, good timing yet, because I was really committed to basketball. But no, I just ended up playing softball. I don't even know if Jan even spoke to me. I've been around all the softball girls, and they're a different group. Like, they were different.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah, I want to try it out.
So, being a two-sport athlete and managing your time, how'd that go? Because, I mean, your winter and your spring are pretty full.
Yeah.
But your fall is a little bit of softball and a little bit of basketball. How'd the time management go?
So that was kind of rough. It was kind of like the same as Division II commitment to basketball alone, but having two different sports and, you know, like going to, I think we're in the playoffs, then softball practice started, and then I think we're going to Florida in like 2 weeks. So just trying to really catch up with softball, that first like segment, I guess.
Before you got used to the...
Yeah, I remember more with like, I never just pound balls when you get me to, you know, because it was like a year, but it wasn't that hard eventually when I got used to it, like going to softball, going to basketball, going into school. It wasn't as hard as I thought it was, but I'm really happy I did it.
Now on the academic side, why Bethany?
Oh, I think Bethany compared to Division II, at least Cal, or just like any school, I really, really liked our class sizes, and I was really like close with all my professors. So like if I wasn't a number, I wasn't like number 64 out of 81, because we had like 81 kids in one of my classes at Cal. You don't have that at Bethany. No. And so it was just, you know, learning how to.
I was just sitting there trying to think if there was a class that had 81 kids in it, and I don't know if there were 81 kids on campus at one time together. Like, you know, because you had your morning people that were like, yeah, 9 a.m., not going. I'll see you guys at the 10. Maybe 11. Might see you at lunch. But, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
It's okay. But, yeah, so it's definitely, I think the class sizes and the schoolwork was actually a lot harder than it was at Cal for me. And I feel like I really benefited from a Bethany degree in a sense.
Now, did you utilize the learning center, the library, did you utilize those tools, or because you were you were an athlete and there was a lot of people that you could kind of pick their brains on stuff, classes that they might have had similar to yours?
Yeah, I really didn't use the learning center or the library. The only time I went to the library, we had to go to study halls and stuff. But, yeah, I kind of I knew I was like a business major, so a lot of my friends were already in business classes and, you know, trying to.
So it was easier to just go to them and
Yeah.
can you help me with this?
Yeah.
So, again, with the time management, now we got through the athletics, we got through the academics, the social side of that, how did that go? Because, again, you hung out with a different breed. So they're just a different breed of people, and anybody at Bethany that wants to argue that point, good luck. I'll let them fight their battles, because it's a different breed of people. They don't come with one either. There's normally like 10 or 11 of them. They're all just around.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I worked at the bar, remember? You guys were kind of, there was a large group of you,
yeah.
and we thought it was everybody, and then it wasn't everybody. There was a whole other group. There was a second wave.
Yeah. So when I first came here, I already knew like Cassie's friends and stuff, so like the softball team. So I already like, when I first got here, I kind of like hung with them. Mm-hmm. But then it was basketball season, so I really tried to bond with them. I remember like the first like time I came down, not even came down like I was here. It was J term, I think, so no one else was on campus. We'd play games and stuff in Haley and Lenka's room, and that was a really good bonding experience. And I eventually started just hang out with them, and then like I was like, softball season's coming up. I don't even think I've ever went to a party that my sister was at. I think I separated myself from Cassie.
Which is amazing, just in the sense, anybody that's been to Bethany, huge campus. It's a whole 2.5 miles, maybe. I think from one end of CV to the farthest dorm, which would be Cochrane. So huge. So it's amazing that she was able to keep that distance.
It was, in a way, like, I'm really happy I had that experience because, like, I had the basketball girls, which are a different bunch than the softball bunch. So it was two really good support systems, and it was, I have really good friends for the rest of my life from it.
When you had your own experience, like you brought up that you didn't go to a party necessarily that your sister was at. Like, so you didn't live your sister's college experience, you lived your own college experience. Which, some people that go to school with their siblings, they tend to...
Me and Cassie probably would have fist fought rolling down the hill.
I thought you were going to fist fight the last time you guys were here. Let's see. Covered athletics. No, we didn't. How did the first basketball season? So you get here. How'd that go?
It was really it was kind of challenging at first because I lost like a month at least because I couldn't play. So I had to get back into shape. I had to get back like my shot, like get back into rhythm, and eventually I started to get more playing time. And I know I think at W&J I just went off and I was like, I'm not losing to all these girls in my hometown. I'm not doing it. And so I eventually found it, but it was I thought it was a good season. I wish I would have came there in the beginning.
And then
And then it would have been all right. I'm in the groove a little bit longer.
Well, I think that's a good spot for us to pause. We'll send it to a sponsor, and then we'll come back. We'll talk about comps and what you're doing now.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm going to send it to KJ, Kieran Dunn, with Maple Shades Outdoors. If you haven't, subscribe on YouTube, follow him on Instagram, and make sure you keep an eye out because apparently there's merch coming. So I'm going to keep pushing that. I need a new hat because mine is sitting over there, and it's just the old hat, and I want a new one. And crew necks. So without further ado, take it away, KJ.
What's going on, everybody? This is Kieran Dunn, founder of Maple Shade Outdoors. You're currently watching Dingo Talk with my man Carlo. If you're anything like me and you're really enjoying this content, you should like and subscribe his page. While you're on YouTube, you should probably just head over and like and subscribe Maple Shade Outdoors. Check out our page, enjoy some videos, some outdoor content. You might as well hop on Instagram, Facebook, follow us, Maple Shade Outdoors. Now that's enough about me. I'm trying to get back and watch the rest of Dingo Talk, so I'll talk to y'all later.
What's going on, Chuckleheads? I am Carlo Guadagnino. This is the Dingo Talk Alumni Tour. My guest is Sammie Weiss, class of 2019. We left off with we talked about the social life, we talked about the academic side, talked about athletics. So now it's the thing that we all share, comps. So are you a January comper or are you a May comper?
I was a May comper.
All right, so the week you have to go to classes, you get out a week early while everybody else still has to go to classes. You've already taken your finals and whatnot. Let's start there.
All right. So it was like a group of us. It was like me, Montana, Maggie, Taylor, Kevin. Ashley was in it sometimes too. We all like went in. I can't even remember the name of the being like in the. We got in the office, Moreland. It's been so long. We were just all like.
Or the Bean dated you there because I don't think it's called the Bean anymore. I think it's called the Hub. I don't know what that is. It's the Bean.
I don't know, but we go in Moreland every day from a set time, and to be honest with you, we drink the entire not the entire time, but right after we be done, we drink, and then we get drunk. Next day, get ready to go again. So it was like that whole entire week. I don't know how I passed comps, but I did it.
All right, wow. So let's just fast forward to Monday then. Since this group seemed to be on a pre-celebration, how did your Monday morning when you opened that folder after studying and whatnot, or lack thereof?
I was pretty stressed out. I remember I was like, I probably shouldn't have drank Miller Lite the night before, but it was actually a lot quicker than I thought it was, and I guess I did good because I passed comps.
So let's talk about that feeling of walking out. Because that is a small tradition that we have here.
So
and it's not the cold time; it's the time where everybody's out there.
I remember being nervous. I actually took a shot. before I went in for my comments.
Oh, hey,
I was so nervous.
You don't have to whisper. They can't take the degree from you.
Oh, yeah.
You have it.
I had like a little fireball. I think me and Taylor were like
a little kickstart.
Yeah,
That's all you needed.
I was nervous. And I forget who was before me, but they were running late. Like it was like 30 minutes behind. So when I went in, it was already behind. I remember it was Ronge, Emmy, Verge, Fletch. And there was some other girl in there.
What a crew!
It was
a crew. Who was your random? Emmy. Emmy would have been.
Emmy was my random, I think. Yeah.
What a woman! What a woman!
I remember they were like, you got this problem wrong. Ron just like, you got this problem wrong. It's like, okay, it was a finance question. I was like, well, oh crap. Okay, so she's like, made me write it on the board. And I remember just standing there with like my thing. I was like, I think I did that. She's like, show me what you did. And I was like, and she was like helping me. So I eventually got it, but I was so nervous. My hands were so sweaty. But when I got out, I was late. So I think everyone already thought I failed, but I could hear the music. Like, I could hear it. So they're walking me out.
It's like walkout music.
Yeah, it was work from home. It was a bop. But it was awesome. All my friends were there. My dogs were there. It was a good time. And then
Your parents were, you know.
I remember, because then Taylor went in right after me, and by the time she got back out, because we were all going out to dinner, I was drunk. I was on the table. My parents were like, oh my gosh, Sammie, you're going to throw up.
So then you have that week of enjoying Bethany for the closing of your time here. How did that week go for you?
It was pretty quick. Too quick almost.
Yeah?
It was pretty fun. Again,
Saturday came real fast.
I was drunk every day. It was nice. The most lit comp I went to was Ashley's. Like, it was, I remember I had like my farmer, like I had these overalls that I'd always wear, and like I wouldn't like wash them half the time. So I would like wear them like the first week of classes, and people were like, Sammie, did you wear that the day before? So I put on my overalls with my little farmer shirt, and I got some pigtails going. I was Farmer Sam for that day.
Farmer Sam for that day?
Yeah, all the hashtag and all the Snapchats.
So you graduate, and what's the first move out of school?
The first move, I originally wanted to be a grad assistant, and so I was trying to figure that out. I went for interviews and stuff. It didn't work out. So I actually didn't work. I sat on the couch and I just like took my time. My mom would be like, you need to get a job, Sammie. You know, Paula. And then like other people are like, no, take the time. Like, you're fine. You're going to work for the rest of your life. So I eventually found myself with a job at the end of the summer. So it was only like 3 months. I watched every Netflix you can imagine.
everything that was on Netflix.
Paula was going to kill me. But I eventually got a job at BNY Mellon in downtown Pittsburgh.
Is that where you are now?
Yes, I am, but I'm working from home.
So, so what do you do there?
So basically, I'm a benefit disbursements representative. So it's in like pensions and 401ks, and it's distributing like stuff like that. So people like never know. Like, it's hard for me to explain. But I mean, it's a job. It's a stepping stone. I'm happy there. I'm actually getting my master's as well.
Where are you?
Point Park. So BNY pays for it, so it's nice. You know.
You
Some
know, I think, and I could be wrong, but there is another alumni from Bethany that is going to Point Park right now, and that would be kind of nice to get her on the show as well. But I guess, I mean, every one of these, we're just going to shamelessly plug somebody to see if they bite on coming on the show. But so you're getting your master's, you're working in Pittsburgh, and March of 2020 hits, and how does work change for you?
I work from home. It was a scary time. I was still going in the office because we're on recorded lines. Mm-hmm. So until they could get a recorded line on the laptop, I was there for a recorded line for so long. But then I went home, and I think we're not going back till at least end of summer, September-ish. They pushed it back like 3 times.
So you're just gonna work from home.
Yeah.
It's just right now you're.
It's nice. I would ride the T every day, and you know what? I sometimes hated the T, but that was like me time. You know, I felt like such an adult. with all the other adults. And
None of us are adults. We're just
Yeah.
grown-up kids. You're still in that early phase of, wow, look at these adults. Nope, they don't have their shit together, and neither do you. They're the same. They're just older. Maybe have a little bit more money saved up. Probably not. So, is there any coaching going on? Are you doing any clinics or helping out? Or?
It's hard to do clinics right now or anything.
Oh yeah,
So I eventually want to do something. I don't know if it's youth or if it's going to be somewhat in high school. I'm still trying to work out my career and stuff, and my master's takes up a lot of my time. So.
Now is that in what is your master's in?
An MBA in management.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And what is your goal? So you're at Mellon right now. What's your goal? Obviously, stay there, but with the master's, does that give you an opportunity for growth within?
Yeah, there's a lot of opportunities within that company, but I want to get in some sort of sales role.
Okay.
My dad did sales. Maybe I'd be good at sales. I feel like Cassie has a better personality for sales, but I want to try it out.
It's my thing. All right, well, I'm going to ask you 2 questions, especially since you played the whole Division II, Division III thing. First, why Bethany, which you started to touch on academically with the small classes and not being a member.
Okay. Why Bethany? Well, definitely the smaller class sizes, but when I went to Division II and they talked about how it was a family, and it was and it was a good fit. It wasn't a good fit, but it was a family. But Bethany just has a different. I can't explain it. It's just a different vibe. It's a different home type of feeling, and honestly, I love Bethany, so it's just me. I think it's, it may be a hard decision between Division II, Division I, Division III, but Bethany, class sizes, it's a different type of vibe that you're getting from your teammates, and it's just... It is its own community.
Yeah. I mean, you don't walk past a stranger in Bethany if you're anywhere
Mm-hmm.
in this metropolis. Yeah. And then, so why Division III? Because you did start in Division II. What are the differences? Commitments and everything. But
so Division III is a lot different from Division II. Division II is really, it's really time commitment. Like I said earlier, it's you wake up 6 a.m. You go to lifting, then you're maybe get 15 minutes to eat. You come back, you're doing your practice, then you have individuals. Then on top of that, you have to get your 4 hours of study hall. So it's the entire time, and so it's really big commitment.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, Division III isn't that much big of a commitment, but it's still a commitment. You're still part of something. You're still part of a team. But you're getting a really good. I feel like Division III. I feel like a lot of Division II and Division I, and I mean people care. A lot of my teammates at Cal, they cared about their academics, but I feel like Division III, has really good academics and stuff too.
You're more focused.
Yeah, you're more focused on your academics.
All right, well, it was fun.
Yeah.
I think you did well.
I hope I did well.
Are you relaxed now? We're at
Yeah.
the end of this, I guess.
Yeah.
So. Well, I'm going to send it to Harry Chambers.
Okay.
Chambers General Store. He's got 2 shirts. The Chambers General Store shirt that says if they don't have it, you don't need it. And the Shroom Capital of the World Part 2. Breakfast sandwiches, biscuits and gravy, the lunch specials, the soups. And I mean, Harry's charming personality. And with that being said, Harry Chambers, take it away.
You've just watched another exciting episode of Dingo Talk, recorded in the secret lair deep in the hills of Bethany, West Virginia. Let me give a shout out to my man Don over at Maple Shade Outdoor. He's got some great stuff going on over there on YouTube and Instagram. Please make sure you check him out. Also, now available as promised, we have the 2nd edition Bethany, West Virginia Mushroom Capital of the World t-shirts and our Chambers General Store. If we don't have it, you don't need it t-shirts. Available in all sizes. So make sure you stop by the store for a t-shirt, breakfast sandwich, or sausage, biscuits, and gravy, and make sure to check out those daily lunch specials. Now back to you, Dingo.